My name is Steve Sanders, Canon Explorer of Light, and also the Director of Photography for the Kansas City Chiefs. Today we're here in Columbus, Ohio. We have a match between Gotham and the Current. Kind of the goal of today is to tell a story in one shot, that one frame that really tells the story of the game. So with tonight's game, after we make the shot, we're going to figure out which one of these pictures that we take tonight is going to tell the story. And we're going to output that on a Canon Image Prograph Pro 1100 printer and make a beautiful print out of that to show off our shot. And by shooting JPEG, I think we're going to be able to bring that into the computer and basically just crop it up and hit P for print and make a beautiful portrait out of that. So what are the biggest differences between shooting soccer football and American football? The biggest challenge that that I see on a regular basis is you're kind of assigned a seat on the pitch for the soccer match, and where in football you kind of follow the ball and move to the action and kind of put yourself in a place to see a big moment happen. You can kind of prepare for that, and you know the flow of the game. Soccer, it kind of moves from edge to edge. It's a lot faster pace with no pauses. And again, you're kind of in that stationary spot. So you kind of got to really know the team, I believe, that you're covering to put yourself in a place to succeed. One of the things I'm really excited about tonight is getting to work with remotes. In football, we really don't have an opportunity to set up an action remote unless it's, up in the sky doing stadium overalls or something like that. So tonight I'm going to be placing a remote behind the goal. It's going to be on a Canon EOS R1 with a Canon RF 15-35 f2.8L USM, and we're going to be able to get anything that happens, maybe a goal, a block, something kind of fun behind the goal itself, and it's really going to allow me to use some creativity that I don't get an opportunity to do very often. My favorite feature of the EOS R1 is so hard just to narrow it down to one. Is it the focusing? It's so fast. Is it the way that you can move the focus point around with the thumb control on the back? The AI facial learning, the preset sports settings, there's so many. It's just hard to choose one, but ultimately it's the way that that it sees color, and which allows me to shoot the way that I do, because it's such a true color sensor in the camera that it allows me to really shoot the JPEGs the way that I want them to come out of the camera. And what you see on the back of the camera is what I see on my computer when I import it, so I know what I see is what I'm going to get. Why am I JPEG over RAW? And I'm not saying that I've never shot RAW or I don't shoot RAW, but 90% of my frames are all JPEG. And the reason behind that is that in football, we work in such a fast-paced environment, and so many people have to have access to our photographs immediately. We're transmitting live throughout the game, sending 3,000-4,000 frames amongst all of our photographers and our graphics team, our social team, our stadium team. And then I have two editors that are building real-time galleries for our fans to see. And if someone had to process all of these raw images, I think it would just take too much time in our workflow. I've been working with specific color for a long time, coming from film and transparency and working for commercial clients. And we had to have everything right, on the film. So it's just coming from that background. The JPEG shooting it right, not raw method for me is really key to my workflow. See, maybe got a few fireworks.
A lot of people ask how long I'm going to do this, and as the equipment gets lighter and lighter, I think I can do this forever. As long as my knees and shoulders allow me, I'm going to be able to carry the gear and make some frames. The chairs on the sideline are a nice addition, that we don't get at the NFL field. I think my favorite thing about sports photography is just kind of watching the players be in their passion. Their passion is whatever sport they're playing, and just try to find those moments. Whatever the emotion happens to be of the play and where it's evolving. The hardest part for me is the ball travels so much different than American football that it's just trying to keep up with the action. So, I mean, kudos to those guys that are shooting this all the time. It's a challenge. The breakaway, and then she has the kick and the stop. I was a little tight, but then you got the ball coming out of there. But the muscle definition in her legs as she's coming down through there is just ridiculous. I mean, the rain, it's adding a little bit, so we're getting there. It's like a penalty kick, so I'm gonna focus on my goalie. Got a goal. Let's go see what we got.
Thank you for coming on this journey with me to capture the shot. Please like this video and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Canon.